Hey guys, good morning. So I want to do a couple things. I want to teach you how to use the Google Sheets to find standard deviation and variance, and um, I want to show you how to use your calculator, how to find standard deviation and variance, which are the only ones we really care about. All right, so let's go ahead and do that. So I went to CDC to try and find some at least not like stupid data. Like a lot of our examples are like, Billy went to the store and bought eggs. This is a list of how many eggs he's bought over the past week. And you're like, who cares about Billy? Anyway, so I have here. Where was I? Get rid of this. I have on this sheet an excerpt from the COVID-19 data cases and deaths by state over time. You can get a bunch of data sheets off of the CDC website. They're like that are accurate to the day, right? So it's pretty cool. Anyway, here I filtered the first column to give us the totals as of like 2 days ago. So these are the totals as of 2 days ago per state. Okay. When I copy them, though, we're gonna drop the actual name. So we no longer are going to have. Well, it wouldn't be hard to get or anything. I'll just copy that over. So here's our total deaths, and then I'll take this and I'll move it over. And I'll paste that one. Okay, so now we know what each state's death count looks like. Okay. Out of curiosity, let's just this is not per rate, so this is a raw count. So it's going to vary based upon population size, right? These are, I imagine, our territories. The Virgin Islands, I think, got these 23 deaths most recently. They had none for the longest time, and then someone snuck on the island from Colombia, I think. Anyway, let's sort range by column B, just out of curiosity. Okay, and I guess that puts the totals at the bottom. Oops. All right, in either case, looks like New York City actually is its own categories, even though it's part of New York State. I wonder. Okay, so they take New York State and put it separate from New York City. Interesting. No, there you have it. Interestingly enough, maybe put that the other way around. And that was that was messed up. Let me try that one more time. All right, I know that's not what we're here for, but let's go from most to least. There we go. Okay. So what I want to do first is just show you guys how you can find like a total. So just in case you want like the total frequency. So total equals. We'll type in equals sum, an equal sign, and then I'll just select that column. Oops. I guess since I selected B, which has a those letters up top, didn't ignore it. And that is the sum total death of COVID-19 deaths as of what? As of last year? Well, I'm sorry, as of this year. Anyway, let's find standard deviation. Now, this is a population, so right, our population in the United States. And we'll press equals, and then I'll start typing S There it is. Sorry, standard deviation. We want to make sure we're doing standard deviation of an entire population. And let's go ahead and select those cells again. Okay. So there we go. On average, it looks as though each state differs from the mean by 5,565. Now we can suppose that this actually wasn't a population, but maybe this was just a sample. This is just for example purposes. Okay, I'll go here and have press equals standard deviation. Make sure I pick up a sample. I don't think it defines it. Yeah, I mean, that should be it right there. If they don't say it, then they're talking about right here, standard deviation of a sample. And it does differ just a little bit, right? Remember that we are dividing by n minus 1, which is going to make this slightly bigger. Okay. What else do we need to find? Well, you guys know how to find mean, but let's go ahead and do it. Now, they know that this is just as the average. Okay, so there's our arithmetic mean. See if this thing can compute the median too. Oh, look at that. Gotta love technology. All right, so how would I decide which is better to use, the mean or the median? I'd have to look at the distribution of this data set. So if you really want to decide which one works better, the mean or the median, and clearly mode is not the right choice. Mode's only good for categorical data. You know, I might go ahead and copy that. Maybe I'll make a histogram out of it. Not the kind of histogram I want. Yeah, so certainly right skewed, right? Certainly right skewed. So I'd probably go with the median. On average, each state's lost about 2,000 people. Okay, so that's how you find a standard deviation. By the way, the variance would just be this squared, right? So if I wanted the variance, all I'd have to do is say is this cell squared. I don't know if I'll do that. Yep, there it is. Okay, so that's how you would find the variance. Let's go ahead and do that on our calculators. Oops. Oh. Oop. Where's my calculator? There it is. All right. Let's go ahead and just clear this. All right, I want a new list spreadsheet. There we go. So this you have to actually type in. So let's go ahead and say I have a very boring data set, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. Okay, so I'm going to go to menu. I'm going to go to statistics. I'm going to go to stat calculations and one variable statistics or one bar stat. This tells you where it wants to take it from and then where it wants to put the column, the results. And here we go. So unsurprisingly, my average is a 5, right? My mean. They give you a bunch of other cool stuff here. My standard deviation is 0, which makes sense because it hasn't varied at all. Variance is 0, right? Now, they'll also give you, so standard deviation, variance. I'm sorry, this one's for the population. These are both standard deviations. This one's for population, this one's for the sample. If I wanted the variance, I'd have to square that. It gives you lots of information here. Median, max. This you don't have to worry about. That's the sum of the squares of x. So yeah, one of our stats is super easy to calculate and gives a bunch of information too. So there's two different ways you can go ahead from now on using your technology to answer standard deviation and variance problems. All right, so that's all I wanted to go through today, and use that to get done your homework. Okay. All right, I'm going to go ahead and figure out how to stop this. There we go.